you can play in any chapter that you want. So you get to meet people from anywhere.
Guys, what's going on tonight? How are we doing?
Doing fine.
Man,
I feel like I need theme music.
I think so. Well, I'm pretty sure you haven't been on here long enough that you might need to actually put your name on your title so people
I know.
who you are.
I was thinking like something like the theme from Welcome Back, Kotter, or something like that.
Right. Well, it's good to see you. Obviously, nice and clean shaven for the live tonight. Got the hat and glasses, looking good.
Look like I've been on a 4-day binger.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's the first live of the new year, so we've got Jody Barrett, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We've got an exciting year. Obviously, joined by Mayor Phil, who, in Jody's absence, has been called things like the pizza delivery man, the pizza order taker. I don't know what else. Those are the two that stuck, though. So I have to stick with that one. But yeah, man, lots of exciting things going on with the APT. It's good to have you back, Mr. Barrett. So I know you're getting ready to get busy again, though. So hopefully we'll continue to see you.
Oh, I've been, been a busy year for me, obviously, with all the stuff that I've got going on outside of the golf world. But, been busy the last couple of months working with you and Phil on some things with APT and, getting some things ready for future seasons and excited to, contribute my small part to the big orchestration that we've got going here.
Yeah, it certainly takes an army. I think it's kind of fun always when you get on here to reminisce a little bit, from when we started this thing, and it was both of our part-time jobs.
That's right.
And it very quickly became my full-time job, and then it very quickly after that became Phil's full-time job as well. And you're still doing a lot behind the scenes, and we've got obviously team that's not on these calls doing a lot. It takes a lot to coordinate everything, and but yeah, it's good to see. I know I was excited to get the text message from you. 2025, the big get this week for the 2025 schedule. I'm not going to tease it anymore because it's way too early in the call to get Phil red-faced and all that good stuff. But it's been good. I actually finalized the North American Championship rotation yesterday. So got the calls. So we'll be able to get that announced here very soon. We're actually just notifying a couple of the courses that we didn't take their bids. So in respect to them, we'll do that before we announce it and make them angry. But, so lots of good things coming. New presenting sponsor deal program coming very soon. How many meetings do we have tomorrow, Phil?
Well, I have at least 3 with you.
Only 3?
Only 3.
I have like 8, all related to next year. So you have a couple more. I need to forward you some invites. I'm glad you're free all day.
No, I didn't say I was free all day. I just said I was only in 3 meetings.
Oh, goodness.
Right. Good to know.
Yeah.
Have your people get with Phil's people, and maybe y'all can work something out.
Unfortunately, Jody, there hasn't been budget like you. I mean, I'm coming to the time of year when I want to talk to you. I'm just calling Tabitha and be like, I need 15 minutes with my boy.
Starting Monday, that's what we're going to have to do.
Right. Phil and I don't have that.
No.
It's kind of a problem. So, for me, it's trying to call Phil and getting Ivan and Jay off the phone. It's like, dude, I need to talk to my boy Phil. Like,
hey, well, I'll say this: it's good to be wanted, good to be needed. Although sometimes I wish I was needed a little less.
Don't worry, we'll be putting you to work soon. So
right,
we got stuff for you to do. I know it sucks, but business is business. It's going to be fun. But I know Phil and I, we're getting some things ready. We're traveling to Las Vegas next week. We're going to be at the Universal Retirement Winter Classic. See, I even said it right. So Craig's giving me some points. Over 100 players out there. So we'll be out there for that event, which we're looking forward to. And we go straight from there to Orlando to get things started. So, I mean, it is time to get everything rolling. We're excited. We're ready to roll, and it's going to be really good. So we're also joined tonight by, everyone's favorite handicap czar, Mr. Matt Fegley, and our good friend Mark Braley from Tulsa. Let's get everybody in here. We'll have some fun. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good. Have to go with the glasses. Matt, one day maybe your vision will eventually
Hey,
need.
I qualify to play for the senior double dip now, so I can put the glasses on every now and then and not feel bad about it. And the funny thing is, these are really just my my computer screen glasses. That's all I need them for. So, but it helps.
Right. I'm actually looking for mine. I was going to wear them for everybody. Allie got me. So here we go. We got it. We were good.
You'll be 50 someday.
You got your blue blockers?
I got my blue blockers.
Oh,
So not that there's not enough blue in my office right now, but I think it might be something different. But I got a question for you. So I was reading an article today. So because Chris said to start this thing out, shooting the breeze about golf, and here's what I want to know. So let's talk live golf for a minute. So you got John Rahm gets $450 million to come over. That's 3 weeks ago. Doesn't have a team, which tells me that his team is yet to be announced. So who do you think it is? I'm just saying, I think it's an interesting conversation starter.
Yeah, I mean he's team captain, so he's been doing some recruiting.
I mean, is it Rory? Could it be Rory? Because Rory went backwards pretty fast. He's like, I shouldn't have judged those guys because not everybody's in the same financial position as me and Tiger. So,
And add John Rahm to that list too. Him and Tiger and John Rahm.
yeah, all I heard is Tony Wise had an interview. That's what I'm just saying.
Right? That's for Live Senior Tour.
The Live Senior Tour?
yeah.
That would be a good discussion. If John Rahm had to build a team of APT golfers, who would it be?
That's the Live Longer Tour.
Yeah.
Well, Buzz says Xander and Cantley. Brzezinski.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting team. So not sure I'd want to square off against them for money.
Xander would not surprise me. I don't know that anybody wants to be a teammate with Patrick Cantlay.
Except Xander.
The human rain delay.
Oh.
The human rain delay. Oh.
Never seen a guy more uncomfortable in trying to get into his putting stance.
Dude. Yeah.
I guarantee you that guy would get at least 4 two-shot penalties around on the APT. I don't think he can hit the 40-second mark. You think, Phil?
No.
No.
I just hate to see the conversation that you would have had with him at Ozarks National coming off number 16, being behind pace. That would not have been pretty.
Yeah. Chris hit a guy with 6 last year at an event in St. Louis, and everyone in his group thanked us. We put him on the clock. It was literally probably the worst thing I've ever witnessed. So I'm sitting on top of the hill with the radios. He's coming up. I'm like, hey, stay so we can get timing on this guy. On one hole, the 16th hole, it was I almost said an hour, which would be a little bit of an exaggeration, but the dude didn't break a minute 15 on 4 shots on the 16th hole. And I'm not starting when I should start the timer. You pull up to the ball and it's clear and it's your turn. No, I would start after he pulled the club and got to the ball the first time to start it. It was a minute and a half. It was probably the most painful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Did he speed up?
He's not played an event since.
Oh, there you go. Which is probably a good thing in that stance. I was looking at Brian's comment,
Yeah.
So
Just want him to hit it faster. That's it.
Yeah.
Brian, at that point, what do you do? I mean, let's be honest.
Oh man. So
Yeah.
we're coming off the golf course.
Well, let's be honest. With however many $100 million in their bank account, do they really have an incentive to speed up? I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
At that point, I don't think they really give a crap.
Yeah. Just so you know, I'm not. So everybody's aware, we're not talking about any members of our tour. at this point. So
Yet.
it could happen.
Which gives me an idea since ESPN has the ESPYs, maybe we need to have our own award show at the end of the year.
That would be good.
We could do it a live dedicated just to handing out some AP awards.
Oh my gosh, it would be so good. Like we could do some serious ones, but then we need to have some great ones.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
then you need the joking superlatives. That's
Yeah. Like what categories would you want to see out of that?
Well, I mean, there's the obvious, most likely to break a club, and I'm exempt. I'm not eligible for that award.
Yeah, best dress. Brian Greger took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Best dress.
Oh, definitely best dressed.
best outfits.
Can
Yeah.
we have an office? Can we have one for most likely to call the national office, aka Allie's cell phone at 11:15 on a Friday night?
Sure.
Oh,
Oh,
We
goodness.
could have some fun with this for sure.
yeah, it'd be good. We just have to make sure everybody's a good sport about it. Like we could do some like legit trophies and stuff, and bring people in. It'd be fun. So,
Best pre-shot routine.
oh, best pre-shot routine for sure. I already know the winner of that, so we can't talk about it. That's super simple. Who my vote would be. We've got video of that. We got photos of that. Yes, absolutely, definitely. We can't talk about that. There are people watching live, so we can't reveal the winner of that AP yet.
Oh.
But anyways, we got to talk about Tulsa, Jody, and Braley over here has got a kind of a unique history with APT more than a lot of people because he almost was the second chapter back in 2019.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's been around. Like I put the OG on there for him. He's like almost the OG.
One of the earliest conversations we had when talking about getting the APT started and trying to branch out across, really from bridge the gap between St. Louis and Nashville and start branching out from there. And Arkansas was a natural geographic location for both Nashville and Missouri to be able to start looking in that direction. And Mark was one of the first guys that came to mind. And fortunately, I still had his number in my cell phone from about 6 or 8 years ago. So it was great.
I knew it was a done deal when I played in Larry's first tournament after Larry got Arkansas. And it was, where was that? Because you showed up. And
it was a state park course down in
yeah, I should know that. DeGray State Park. So it's the first time I ever played at DeGray, and I got I was just kind of looking online to see who I was paired with, and I said, "Oh crap, Jody Barrett! What? I'm in trouble." And then I think I won with like an 87 or something.
Oh,
and, double bogey the last hole to beat you by 4. And but I knew I was in trouble. Yeah, I knew I was hooked, and man, I'm telling you, it's been fun and trying, and it's been exciting too. So there's a lot of good things come from it.
Well, we've had a great time getting to know Larry and getting him started. And, Arkansas is one of those states that is bigger than I think people really realize geographically. And so it's really kind of hard for one chapter to cover the whole state. And you're up in that northwest area, up in the Fort Smith area. And it was just kind of natural to look at what was close to you and try to see if there was another way to fill in some blind spots that we've got, so to speak. And you came to us with an idea about Tulsa, and we were all about it.
Yeah, it's Northwest Arkansas has become really just one big city, one big huge city. Matter of fact, and it's not from where I'm at in Fort Smith. It's an hour and 20 minutes, with a lot of good golf courses in between myself and Tulsa. And then Northwest Arkansas is 45 minutes to an hour, depending upon which end of town you want to go to. A lot of great courses up there. Unfortunately, it's really a lot of clubs up there, country clubs, private places, and it's a little bit tougher to get in with those guys. But we're still working on it, and still working on getting on some of the private clubs in Northwest Arkansas. A lot of money up there, the Tysons and the Walmart people, the Waltons, and there's a lot going on. So
right. Well, I just want to commend you on your success. Like, I always measure a first year tour success. I'm just gonna say it, but when I was a golf week director in St. Louis, my first year, I got an award. It was the first tour ever to get to 100 members in their first year, and I was super proud of it for the longest time. Except like you and Nep and like all these other guys are just absolutely crushing that. I mean, what were you, 130, 140 last year?
148. Yeah, 148. And, though, that wasn't all me. I got to admit, that was a lot of different circumstances, but it grossly exceeded my expectations. It's funny, Keith Tillman, who's our new chapter owner in Oklahoma City, Keith and I were talking just the other day, and he was like, man, I am so nervous. I've got like 20 members. And I said, Keith, it's January, dude, relax. I said, in January, for me, I had 7 members. Okay. So, just relax. It's all good. And there was some other circumstances where I gained some members rather quickly, but it's still cold. We got a chance of snow, and people don't really think much about golf in January. So, it'll get to rolling here pretty quick. And I'm pretty close to getting my schedule finished up. So I expect our numbers to start climbing here pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, that certainly helps. And it's interesting how things grow. Obviously the first year planning in Tulsa, and seeing the success you've had and leads to Oklahoma City and now connecting down there with, Dallas, Fort Worth. And we're starting to see a lot of that area travel. I saw a bunch of people from each of those tours. I was down in Dallas a couple of weeks ago at where were we at? Texas Star. So got a W that day. Almost blew it. So, but got to spend a lot of time with some great people. The South, Texas and Oklahoma is doing some really cool things, and we're just excited to continue to work. I mean, obviously your big event is your local finals, a pretty cool spot. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'm back at Shangri-La. I couldn't resist. I mean, there's a lot of places where somebody could go and probably have finals, but man, if you've never been to Shangri-La, I mean, it's what they've done with that place is unbelievable. It's to me, it's a golf destination, and or it's going to be. They've got the new 18-hole par 3 course, which is just spectacular. Probably some of the hardest 75, 80, 100-yard holes you've ever seen in your life, but because of the greens, but spectacular. And so there again this year, couldn't be happier to be there. Actually thought about doing a 1 day, but man, if you're at Shangri-La, you need to be there really for 3 days. We're going to do Friday, par 3 tournament, or just have us a little par 3 get together. I was so fortunate last year that I picked up some sponsorship from a lot of people and ended up with a considerable amount of sponsorship that I turned around and gave back to the players. During, for giveaways, we had a lot of hats and APT merchandise that everybody was glad to get. And we'll do that again on Friday, have dinner on Friday night, and then kind of get going on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's going to be fun to see your guys. I know obviously we're coming back down in March, the Lone Star Shootout, returning to Texas, just west of Austin, Horseshoe Bay. I know a lot of your guys will be down for that. It's going to be a great major to get things going. Actually, I was talking to them today, hearing that the golf courses are looking fantastic down there. So two of the top publics in Texas. But Joey and I made it a goal to travel to every chapter this summer. So, and Phil, we're going to need Phil's help. Year one, we succeeded except for one chapter.
I'm still coming. I promise. I'm coming to Northern Virginia. Don't send me hate mail.
Yeah, like Kristen, stop it. But Give me a tournament on your schedule that you think I need to make the 8-hour drive to Tulsa from Illinois. Where are we going?
If I was doing that, let me get my earphones working right here. If I was doing that, it'd be Forest Ridge.
Okay.
I love that place. I mean, it could easily be one of the top 5 country clubs in Tulsa, but it's a semi-private, and it's also a elevated event for me. It's a single day elevated event, but last year the golf course was in fabulous condition. They've got a fabulous restaurant, a big, nice practice area, great clubhouse, excellent people. I mean, I'm telling you, man, the people that we had at just about every golf course, I can't think of one that where the staff wasn't receptive to us. They were fabulous, and but I think Forest Ridge is probably one of my favorites. Indian Springs would be another, or Meadowbrook, a couple of other country clubs that are really nice. So,
what are the dates of those, Mark? Or do you got those finalized?
I do have Forest Ridge finalized. It's you would ask me that, July the 20th. Thank you, July 20th. Hey, you'll be 60 someday, and you'll forget those kind of things. But July the 20th is Forest Ridge. It's on a Saturday. Yeah, there we go. And really neat place. So there in Broken Arrow.
Nice.
I think I can make that work.
Yeah.
I'll be out of session, so
I'm like looking at our schedule. I don't even know mine anymore. Yeah, I don't play till the 21st. So woo. There we go.
There you go. 21st of July. Yeah.
Yeah, little thing going. Obviously, we're looking for your schedule. We got a lot to cover tonight, Mark. We're going to keep you in because we'll have some fun. We got some events.
Sure.
I know you like to travel the country and play some of these events, so we're going to preview some of the majors coming up. But first, we've got a message from our friends at Blue Tees.
What up, guys? My name's George Gankis. I'm a PGA Tour coach out of Westlake, California. I teach all sorts of players. I got PGA Tour players such as Matthew Wolff, Sung Kang, many others. There's nothing more I trust than Blue Tees when I'm trying to hit that yardage. It all starts with knowing your distance.
So I'm going to take a couple quick questions as we're jumping into the events. Las Vegas chapter wants to know where they can get these hats. Be patient, guys. This is a prototype hat. So these are on order. So these will be in addition to the Pro Shop come spring. So
you get all the cool stuff.
I know. Well, if you were in the office with us or if you made me move to Tennessee, you'd get it too. I've got literally a pile of like 3 of everything sitting over here, but you just have to come see me and I can get you hooked up. So Doug wants to know how married life is. Married life is awesome. So we just got back from a little 4-day getaway in Charleston. Saw Chris Yugi came in and said hello. We had a fantastic dinner with him and his wife this week. Spent some time with the most important man in golf below the waist as well. So we spent New Year's Eve with Mr. Curry from 2 Under. We had a great time. He was hoping he could join us tonight. Just had some conflicts, but we had a great time. Married life is fantastic. We're having fun working together, doing the business. A lot of you guys have gotten to know her, calling in the office, and she'll fix a lot of the issues. And it's been good. So we're having a good time. But anyways, national events. I don't know which ones I want to talk about first. Chris put them in order. That's kind of not that fun. So, let's talk about. Begley, do you want to jump in?
No, Phil and I are having the same but similar. Phil just does this, and I just kind of start to smile and laugh,
And Jody does this. Stick to the agenda.
It's all good. I'm going off script. We got 14 spots left for Stream Song. One of our favorite places. I know one of Mark's favorite places. So why don't you, since we got Brayley here, why don't you tell us a little bit about Stream Song, your experience at Stream Song last year?
Incredible. In fact, I I contemplated very, very hard going back to Stream Song, and I've just got, I'd have to work some things around to get there. But so I opted to play Branson instead. But man, you're out in the middle of nowhere, and it's the best nowhere you can be in the middle of, to be honest with you, because there's nothing but golf courses there. And the golf courses were just fantastic. And the caddies were a freaking blast, man. Those guys, the guy we had was a hoot. And I don't know, he sounded like he could play golf, but it got to a point where we were all just kind of reading our own putts. But man, he was so much fun. He was dead on with his yardage, but golf courses are all three great. It seemed like we kind of went easy, or the easiest. I shouldn't say anything's easy about golf, but the easiest, and then the middle, and then the final day we were on the hardest golf course, which is the way it should be. But
Dude, yeah,
you
Red
planned
was
it that way.
Red
It was real good.
That was all Jody,
It was
because he had been there. I'd never been to Stream Song till last year, and you know, I walked off Black going, man, I really love this golf course. And Jody's like, dude, you haven't even seen Stream Song yet. And I looked at him like he was absolutely crazy, and I was like, whatever, dude. And then get to Blue, and I'm like, okay. And then you get to Red, and Red will make your, like, try to close out that tournament on the back nine with a lead. You better hit some golf shots. That back nine at Red is no joke.
I was toast by the back nine at Red, but I will tell you that winning is hard, but winning is harder playing the Red course at Stream Song on the third day.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's really tough,
Right.
but a lot of fun. And
Well,
the clubhouse was fabulous.
Oh my gosh. And the restaurants, the food, the transportation, the rooms. And that's where you're saving all the money, guys, is the room rate at $219 or $229 or whatever it is. I don't have it in the notes because we're off script. So there you go, Phil, just for you. But I know what they sell retail for it. It's anywhere between $400 and $650 a night for the same rooms. So the room rate's 50% off or more. But Stream Song's so unique. I know, Jody, we talk a lot about architecture. There's only two places in the country you can get a Hance, a Coeur Crenshaw, and a Doak, in the same place. And the only other place on earth you can do that is Bandon Dunes, which is, by the way, also pretty good.
Well, Pinehurst is about to get into that on that list here in the next little bit. But you know, the coolest thing about Stream Song for somebody that's never been there before is we all kind of have a preconceived notion of what Florida golf is supposed to be like. And you tell somebody, hey, we're going to this resort that's, you know, kind of equidistant between Tampa and Orlando. It's kind of out a little bit, but you know, we're going to Florida, we're going to Central Florida, and everybody thinks, okay, it's going to be flat with palm trees, some water features. You know, you kind of just have an idea in your head what you're going to get. And man, when you step on the first tee at all three of those golf courses, you know, for the first time, you turn to your buddies that you're playing with or the caddy, and you're like, where the hell am I? And what are we doing?
I'll never forget the first tee at Black the first day. I'm like, where do I hit it? Like, where's the fairway?
And that's the thing about Black is, you know, Red and Blue were built together on the same piece of property that is half the size of the acreage that they built Black on. So they built two golf courses on property smaller than what they built one golf course on. And so you go out there to Black, and it's wide open, no trees, no landmarks to aim at. And if you're not playing with a caddy, I don't know what you're trying to do, but you're not going to be scoring very well, because there's so many shots out there that a caddy's saying, aim at this cloud, or, you know, look at this bunker 4 holes away from us, and that's where you're supposed to be aiming, because you just there's no concept of depth perception or anything else.
Right. I mean, the only aim point on the golf course is this stinking little tower behind 9 green.
Right.
And
right.
it doesn't really tell you where the flag is. It just tells you where the green is. Then you figure it out from there.
Yeah, there's a weather vane out there. That's the only thing that you can look at, that you can see from probably 80% of the golf course. And that's really it. That's your point of origin. Literally on a couple of tee shots, they're telling you to look at a power pole that's 2.5 miles away.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, aim at that. That's your
Aim
line.
at that. Yeah, and for those that don't know or are new to it or are thinking about it, Streamsong is a 54-hole event. So when you see the price, it's 54 holes. So you get to play each of the 3 golf courses. All 3 are ranked in the top 30. Black, blue, and then the final day is a shotgun on red early morning. I know there's some people wanting to fly out on Monday night. The last day is a shotgun. Phil's looking at me. Red and blue might be switched this year. They had to do something.
Oh,
But
okay.
anyways, you get to play black, blue, and red. I know black's first.
Yeah, Mark, you mentioned red on the final round. You know, the funny story there is Doak and Core Crenshaw were kind of out there at the same time looking around at the property, and Core Crenshaw, being the gentleman that they are, kind of deferred to Doak to let him pick which piece of property he wanted to build his golf course on. And of course, he took the best piece of property. So they took the crappiest piece of the 2. I mean, and really the first 6 holes that kind of go through all that slag where the old mining lagoons are, it was rough as a cob and not really what anybody was envisioning. And they built the best golf course on the property, in my opinion.
What are you talking about?
Well, now they've
right?
got that.
Red, yeah, red.
Oh, yeah. I think because we talked about it last year, a bunch, and it takes a few months of setting in because, like, I can the crazy thing about the Streamsong courses, like, one of the things you do when you judge a golf course, at least for me, is if you talk to me about the golf course 6 months later, what holes do I remember on the golf course?
Right.
You know what I mean? And it black, blue, and red, I remember almost every single hole on the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that back nine at red is really good. And the first couple holes are really challenging as well. I mean, it's just a good golf course.
How about that little par 4 on red on the back 9? It's just right after the there's a par 3 right after the halfway house, and then the next hole is like a little short par 4. But if you get the thing going left,
kind of up the hill with a little bunker in front.
Yeah, and
it's only
everything
like
kind of falls off to the left.
285, 290 going up the hill. Yeah, very reachable.
That hole was the death of me right there. Yeah.
I went for it, found my ball in the junk on the left, and probably hit the best shot I've hit in a lot of years to get it on that green from there. I was dead. I thought I was going to fall over and fall into the alligators.
And from the fairway, which I don't know this because I wasn't in the fairway, but you can't see the back of the green. You're looking up at the green, so you can't tell really. Your depth perception's kind of it's just a great layout, well thought out by both architects.
Yeah. Highly recommend if you've never been. It certainly should be on your bucket list. Like, I'll say this again and again: if you're taking a trip to go to a golf resort to spend a couple days, to me, it's no offense to Pinehurst, but it's Bandon and Streamsong, and then everything else.
Yeah, I think Streamsong came along shortly after the Bandon phenomenon kind of really took off, and people started seeing, hey, if you have one golf course, you got a golf course. You have 2 golf courses. You have, you kind of have a destination. You have 3 golf courses. You got something big. And so, Streamsong, they got tons of property out there and opportunity to expand. The new par 3 course that wasn't quite ready for us whenever we were there last summer.
Open.
Yeah, that's going to be open. It's going to be phenomenal. Again, Core Crenshaw designed that as well, which they did the par 3 course at Bandon. So if you've ever been there, it's going to be, you can probably expect a lot of the same.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Like I said, 14 spots. So we have 120 spots for that tournament. Once they are gone, they are gone. It is an on-property stay. However, if you've been there, your option is an on-property stay.
There's no Roach Motel or Ramada Inn 30 minutes down the road, guys. It's like there or an hour and a half.
Like when you fly into Tampa and you get a rental car, like make sure you have gas before you leave Tampa, because we pulled out last year with the trailer with like 40 miles because Chris likes to run. So inside APT talk that drives me crazy. Chris likes to run the freaking tank of gas. He's like, oh, there's 30 miles left. Let's keep going. A couple more exits. We pulled out a Streamsong with 40 miles left to get to a gas station, and we barely got to a gas station. I was scared.
Yeah.
That's because Chris is a man and that's what
I
men
understand that.
do.
That's not what you say when Fegley does it. So why do you want to hear it? Because we could talk about the trip back from St. George to Vegas. I remember that
I
story.
try to give Fegley a little bit of grace on that.
Yeah. That was.
So you guys prefer flying into Tampa? I flew into Tampa, but has anybody flown into Orlando and driven down?
So Orlando Airport is kind of southeast side of town.
Yeah.
I think I think it's a lot easier to get in and out of Tampa as far as the drive is concerned. And I just love that airport. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, well, I can tell if for anybody that might be thinking about it, I missed my flight was late, and I was going to ride with Christian, and who was my roommate, but I missed it because of my flight and ended up Ubering. And it's an $85 Uber from Tampa Airport to Streamsong, in case anybody's wondering.
Just pro tip.
Completely worth it.
Pro tip.
Yeah, completely worth it.
Completely worth it.
Best money spent.
Give that guy a 5-star review.
Yeah.
He's probably like, where are you having me drive you?
Exactly. No, he'd been there before, man. Are you kidding?
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh,
The other thing I'll say about the drive from Tampa, and I know there's ways of getting around it in Orlando, but there's no toll roads between Tampa Airport and Streamsong. So if you come in that way, you don't have to fool with any of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think it makes sense. Well, from east, we got to go west, Fegley, because we got to talk. We've got tournament deadline coming up.
Yeah.
Tournament that is at an awesome venue. Awesome venue out in your neck of the woods, Troy's neck of the woods, Borrego Springs, California, February 17th and 18th, Rams Hill.
One of the prettiest girls at the bar, no doubt. Rams Hill, man.
Oh, gosh. He's back on Fazio. I mean, you're not wrong.
Look, I mean, if you want some, go to a place that is as photogenic as they come. And come back home with 100 pictures on your phone because you couldn't stop taking photos of the mountains and the desert. I mean, that's the place to go. Voila. Cue the photos right here.
Good work, Chris.
Look at that. Yeah. It's almost like we have a producer in back there or something.
I know. Yeah.
Executive producer calling the shots. Nice job.
Absolutely phenomenal. So a little bit of story about Rams Hill. So back in when it first opened, I want to say 90s, early 2000s, it was a private club, exclusive private club that Tom Fazio designed. And then fell in hard times around 2008 because on the other side of the mountain is Palm Springs. And they've come back over the last 10 years and just invested millions and millions and millions of dollars in this place. And now it's in the top 10 golf courses in California. And, people are, oh, it's only in the top 10. I don't know if I want to fly out for that. Well, let's talk about top golf course in California, Pebble Beach.
I've never heard of it.
North, Torrey Pines South, LA
Never heard of
Country
it.
Club. You know what I mean? Like, you can get to 10 pretty great golf courses really quick, and you're like, which one is Rams Hill beating? And you're like, oh.
Is Riviera any good?
I mean, yeah, Riviera.
Cal Club?
Wilshire.
Yeah, none of those are any good.
Any of the courses at PGA West, Mission Hills. I mean, it's
Tiempo.
Correct. Dude, Fegley, by the way, we need to go re-rate Pasta Tiempo because it is reopened.
I know. Well, just 9. But.
Maybe we'll just go to Napa. Okay. I'm going to Silverado. I'm pretty excited about it. I got the okay from the wife. So Doug, just, I asked permission to fly out to Silverado, and she said that I could do it if I took a red eye home on Saturday night. So I was like, perfect. Right. Craig just put in Olympic Club. Olympic Club sucks. I would never. Oh wait, they had US Open there. I mean, if you're talking about San Francisco golf, I mean, how is Rams Hill the top 10? Because I'm thinking of like 30 killer golf courses in California, and I mean, Rams Hill is certainly deserving. It's a great spot. But anyways, biggest thing to know about Rams Hill: rooming is included in the price. So $799 includes double occupancy rooms. They're given a special practice round rate on Friday. I promise you will not be disappointed. It is a fantastic tournament. And for those of you that live in the Midwest like I do, that are sitting on a 4 to 6 inch snow probability Monday and Tuesday, it's going to be like that in February. So book a flight to Palm Springs. Monday's a federal holiday. Come play some golf. I promise you, you're going to love the place. It is absolutely fantastic. Mint.
You're gonna love the way you look. I guarantee.
That was good, Matt. That was
the
some
color
good passion,
commentary
baby.
for sure.
Look, this guys, if you're on the East Coast or Midwest and you've never heard of this place, do a Google search, man. Look it up. We don't do junk on the APT, and I'm just telling you, this place is special. It's worth the trip. I can't wait. I'm going to try to rearrange some things and make sure I'm able to get out there myself. So looking forward to it.
It's such a good time. Such a good golf course. And the resort's fun. So, if you like, everybody's talking about, I was watching our social today, the comments, the camaraderie, the friendships, the being able to spend time. This is the perfect time to do that. This is going to be a special trip for the guys that are there. It's very, very exclusive in the fact that, we'll all be hanging out all night, playing cards or doing whatever, watching college basketball. ILL, baby.
Hey,
So,
speaking of college basketball, how many undefeated teams are left?
2, maybe. Good Ole Miss.
Just you? Houston lost?
Ole Miss, baby.
Nice.
It happens. It happens.
I'll leave the bowl game alone for now.
Thank you.
I would just like to say I called that last week on the live, and everybody gave me a bunch of crap. I said Ole Miss is going to beat the snot out of Penn State. Everybody's like, "Oh no, Penn State's really good."
We were.
Big Ten, baby. We suck at football.
We were.
What? Excuse me?
What? It's an all Big Ten championship.
I'd say it's an all Big Ten championship. Come on.
Did you break your ankle getting off of one bandwagon onto the other there, Phil?
I said I couldn't lose. I could not lose in that game. I was either Bama or Michigan. I'm good to go.
Washington
I was going
ain't
to have a
Big Ten
team in the
yet.
game. What's that?
They ain't Big Ten yet.
No.
Next year. That's close enough.
Oh. Just like saying the Cubs are going to win the World Series next year. That's happened once in the last 100 years.
Oh.
But
It
that
was
one year.
The election was rigged.
College athletics.
Rigged.
College athletics is messed up, man. Football. What happened to Florida State is atrocious.
You mean what Georgia did to them in the bowl game, or them getting left out of the playoffs?
Hey,
both. But I mean, but what happens is the lack of players that to me, it's gutless that the guys that don't want to go play in their bowl game. I think it's a slap in the face to the rest of the teams, but it is
100%.
what it is.
So here's before we get back in, because we still got to talk about French Lick. One rule to fix college sports. I've got it, Jody. I want your opinion on this.
All right.
If you enter the transfer portal, you're ineligible for NIL money for 2 years. Solves the whole problem.
What's the point of the transfer portal then?
Yeah.
You can still transfer if your coach is a jerk and you're not playing and you want to, but you can't transfer because somebody offered you $2.1 million instead of 1.7.
Well, what's the point of Ole Miss raising all this money through for our
Spoken by the SEC guy right there. There it is.
They got dinged today by the old transfer portal.
So
who did we lose? I didn't even see it.
Ches is like talking to me about
Running
NIL
back.
money. It's so funny.
Oh man, stick to golf. Yeah.
Running back.
Which one?
Your stud, Mr. 30 carries and 118 yards.
So,
Whatever he had.
anyway,
He need to
college
get paid.
basketball season, guys. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, back to French Lick, which is selling quickly, by the way, for the first week. So,
I think
Who let the dogs out?
Someone's got a
I'm
dog in the
wondering what's going on in
background.
the background. I can't quite.
Are y'all
can't
waterboarding
figure it
somebody?
out. But January 8th opens up to the second level of exemptions, which is local player of the year standings from last year. Tier 1 chapters top 4, Tier 2 chapters top 6, Tier 3 chapters top 8. For seniors and senior net, go to the member manual to read. It's all spelled out for you. Really, really good. So that way I'm not going to read all of it.
Nice.
And then Matt's favorite. Fine, I'll read it all, Fegley. You're killing me. Top 2 seniors for tier
I'm not
1,
saying you don't have to read it
top
all.
3 in tier 2, and top 4 in tier 3 chapters, which by the way is by size. Tier 1 chapters, 100 members and less. Tier 2, 101 to 200, and tier 3, 201 and up. And then senior net, tier 1, top 8, tier 2, top 10, and tier 3, top 12. All you guys being invite on January 8th. And then any validated player, the next one, this is the Fegley promotion rule. Any validated player earns a promotion during the 23 season or 2024 season in their new division. So, and A9 is special invitations determined by the tour, which there aren't any of those. So, because me and Jody already qualified. So
It's good to be king.
well, we actually won tournaments. And I actually saw the other day Phil was qualified.
That's right.
Phil got qualified at American Dunes. So,
That's right.
you know, I guess we can take that one out now because that one was really just there for us to be able to play when we wanted to. Phil, welcome to the club. Phil got a win. I feel like that's a Bad Friends episode, Jody.
Right?
The one where Phil got a win.
Poor Phil.
I love you, Phil. He's been quiet tonight, so I shouldn't be picking on him, but I am.
It's good with Jody on the call now. It's good.
Well, he'll keep me.
He can fill the space or fill the air.
He keeps me in line.
Well, I can also be the source of some, the focus of somebody's arrows that they're going to shoot. So
That's true. It's true. It's fair. But French Lick, it's good enough for the Corn Ferry Tour finals. It was good enough to replace Victoria National, which that says a lot to me. I mean, that also says a lot. That's pretty good.
That doesn't look like Indiana to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That
the
looks
part of
more
Indiana that's south of Indianapolis where they have hills. And
That
stuff.
looks like Indiana to me.
yeah,
But great spot. There's only 100 spots, guys. Once they're gone, they're gone. We cannot extend the field at French Lick. So it's going to be fun. July 28th, 29th, Sunday, Monday. Ross Course, which is, I know Shannon was raving about, had an event there last year in Indianapolis that loved. And then the Die Club is obviously hosting the Corn Ferry Tour finals. Is quickly becoming one of the top golf destinations in the country. Pete Dye's masterpiece.
there was a question in the chat earlier about practice rounds at French Lick, if there were going to be practice rounds available.
That is a good question. I believe so. I believe if you're staying in the hotel, I need to double check on that. So I apologize. I should know that, but
I mean,
just got in from Charleston. So
it's every Thursday, Matt, just so you know.
But to be fair, French Lick is 6 months away, almost 7, and he just opened it up. So,
I'm also not the operations director, Jody. Jody.
Point of order.
Point of order.
Oh, God, please don't get started on that. I'll hear enough of that next week.
Come on, Jody.
Oh, going back to.
I can tell you caught that reference too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, try and think other things event-wise to talk through. I mean, Florida.
Rick Williamson letting us know that Sultan's Run is the day before.
Yes.
That is true.
Hey, also a
Okay.
sneaky good golf course. Don't sleep on Sultan's Run.
How about Horseshoe Bay? Let's talk about that for a minute if you can. I'm signed up for that. I've never been down there.
Absolutely. Well, Chris says we have to take a break, so we will talk about it as soon as we
let's
get
do that.
back. So let's hear.
2 under. Quality fabrics. No roll waistband. Joey pouch. Elevate and separate. No chafing. What more could you ask for?
And here's the easiest endorsement of 2 under. Raise your hand on this call if you're wearing 2 under right now.
Oh, like right now?
Right now? Don't tell me you went commando or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
This is not the after hours show. I'm sorry.
yeah. We could get one of those. Like, I feel like we should have like a
APT after dark.
oh my gosh.
The
Yeah, we'd
Pac-12
have
after dark is dead, so hey.
Right.
It would be entertaining. I would say that.
We'd have to put it on a behind a pay screen.
Yeah, I say we'd have to sell memberships to that, and like if you want the content, you need to sign an NDA.
Yeah, there's things that are going to be covered in
It's
that.
going to be it's going to be as private as trying to. Never mind. I wasn't going to say that. It was gonna be bad. I was going to make a Justin Bieber joke. So
Please don't.
we're not in the after hours. I got it. But Horseshoe Bay. What can we say about Horseshoe Bay? It's good enough. I'm bringing my wife's family down for the week before to hang out. There you go.
Felix.
I saw that. APT OnlyFans. Nice.
That would be great.
Oh.
How many guys would get divorced because their wife would see an OnlyFans charge on their credit card, only to find out it was to watch us be stupid?
Right.
Or question some things, but anyhow.
So I have a question about Horseshoe Bay. Is there an actual bay in the shape of a horseshoe, or is this just a thing? Like,
I think it's a huge lake. I didn't look at the shape of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very disappointed if they're not horseshoes. And you know,
Have you seen the pictures of the golf course?
yes.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Let's see if our executive producer can catch up with us with the pictures.
I know, right?
Since we're throwing him a curveball.
You know, looking through the photos and seeing the golf course, it reminds me a lot of Briggs Ranch in San Antonio. It looks pretty playable. Some really cool views, some different stuff. Really cool resort there on property. A lot of different things you can do. It's South Texas is a great place to be in the beginning of March. Once again, when you're up in the Midwest like I am, where the first weekend of March usually sucks pretty bad from weather perspective. You know what I mean? It's a great chance to get up and tune up your game right before the season really, really gets going in your local chapter. I cannot see. There you go. Braley's got a picture up. Yeah, I've heard nothing but it's the real deal. I mean, other tours have been there recently, and it's always a sellout. There you go. I mean, that golf course looks terrible. I don't know why we booked that for a tournament.
Yeah.
Braley put that.
Yeah, I got Chris fired up there, didn't it?
Braley put his phone up there, and I was like sniffing this to see if I was drunk or what.
Hey, it's just a little quicker than Chris on that one there.
It's a little blurry.
It's all good.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, Horseshoe Bay is going to be a good time.
Yeah.
So it's all Robert Trent Jones Sr. So it's the only resort, they advertise the only resort that has 3 Robert Trent Jones Sr. on property, which is pretty cool. I'm a Trent Jones fan. Always have. I think he designs a fun golf courses to play. So
good traditional tournament golf courses. They're going to test all parts of your game. Hit it here, and if you do that, you're going to have a good shot at making a good score.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, I think that's interesting, is you talk to any of our members from Texas and you tell them that we're going to Horseshoe Bay and they're all pumped about it. You look at who's signed up right now and where they're from. All the Texas guys have jumped on it because they know it's good. It's
right.
It's kind of a unique place for them because it's not in Dallas. It's not in Houston. And so it's in between and kind of out in a really great resort spot. But you can fly into Austin, 45-minute drive to the resort. We're all staying on property there, which once again, it's kind of out there in the middle of nowhere. So, but fantastic resort, lots of really cool amenities, great golf courses. They're giving us great practice round rates. There is a third golf course if you want to play all 3 while you're there: Slick Rock, Apple Rock, and Ram Rock. So you can get all 3 golf courses in. We've got the family down early, which is going to be a lot of fun. So,
just so happens that those are also the 3 names of the 3 different pages on our OnlyFans. See, if you keep asking me to come on here, eventually you're going to ask me not to.
Good
When
point.
are you going back to session again?
Yeah, I know, right? It's Monday, right? That's before the next live. Oh gosh, no, that's funny. But great stuff. Great stuff. Horseshoe Bay is going to be fun. So those are the next two. Obviously, we've got 2 Florida tournaments. We'll be talking about those next week, previewing those a little bit, but they are sold out. So that's going to be fun. We do have a couple spots. 4 spots left for the 4-ball?
Yeah, we have 4. We've actually put it on a waiting list right now because we're actually we got equal teams, 17,
Right.
17 teams in each division. So you can still sign up. You'll be on a wait list, so you won't be charged. And if we get 4 more players to get in, we can set up the 2 teams that we need. So
Yes, and just so you know, Horseshoe Bay, somebody emailed me and said that they had a problem extending the room at Horseshoe Bay. Call them. So I could not find your email. I know it's like the missing email ever. So if that's you and you're watching, email me. I'll tell you how to do it. But if you have a problem booking rooms and you want to extend the stay beyond the Friday, Saturday night, call the number instead of going through the website, and they'll be happy to take care of you. So it's all squared away. I called them, and then I went back to email you, and I have no idea where the email is, so I apologize. I'm failing at life. So hopefully you watch the APT live.
What about Nathan Frazier asking about practice round at Disney Palms?
Disney's just book for that time of year. Just call and book. They haven't offered us any rates at Disney. But you'll be able to get in and figure it out. They do though.
There should be tee times available. You just need to call the golf course directly.
So Rick wants to know if Allie's handling extensions at French Lick. I probably should not answer that question, but no, she will help you, Rick, if you just reach out. I know in the registration form for French Lick, it asks you if you want single occupancy or double occupancy and who your roommate is. If you want to extend, just send an email and we'll work on getting that booked for you.
Rick, it's kind of like the dishes in the sink. If you just leave them there long enough, she'll get to them.
I have no comment on that. Next question.
Moving on.
So I'm pretty sure she's probably already in bed for the night. So a little long day of travel. So hopefully that one snuck by and I won't hear about it when I get home and here in a half hour.
Nobody's listening to us for 58 minutes, man.
Hey, I want to answer one from Mark Allen. He asked a little while ago about when my schedule is going to be up. And I don't know if the rest of you guys suffer from this, but I get a lot of people that tell me that they can't book a date until after January 1. So I've got most of my events right now are just waiting on dates for confirmation. I'm expecting to have everything finished in the next week or two to answer Mark Allen's question.
And then Joe Arnold's asking about, booking through the casino or through us for French Lick, which Matt's probably looking at that now to try to get an answer. But I'd say that probably if you have a contact at the casino, I would just go ahead and go in that direction.
Actually, yeah, I would reach out to Allie personally, but because all the rooms we're just giving them a list for French Lick. Sorry, I'm just looking at looking at the logo package. This is the last thing I was waiting for our new presenting sponsor. So, hey,
Chris, I am HR.
Go, Phil. Should I put my phone up so everybody can see it, or no?
No, Chris says in the chat that HR is going to have a conversation with Jody. I am HR.
Oh no,
HR and legal.
That's true. Goodness, that's pretty funny.
Oh.
I love Rich's comment. It's so true. Dynamic pricing is the best you're going to get. I hate that answer, but it is very much the answer. One thing I wanted to cover for a minute tonight in the back, since we're skipping around, Phil, it's on page 3 of your notes if you're following along. I had to do it. It's tournament credit.
Is it on my calendar?
We got to talk about tournament credit. So tournament credit is used for tournaments. You can do all of that kind of stuff. Tournament credit can be converted to cash, all that stuff. If you get it, you can use it for tournaments. You can't use it for membership. So people reach out all the times. Don't ask me why that is. We don't like it either, but it's a limitation of our system. So just understand when you use tournament credit, it is for tournaments. Other thing Chris want to talk about, guests are new. Change this year. Guests are only able to win tournament credit with the first $125 going towards membership. So if you want to win the Visa gift cards and all that stuff, you have to be a member, which is good. Also, for guests to be eligible for prizes, they have to have a verifiable handicap. So no coming in and being like, oh, I'm a 12 and shoot 75. We will disqualify you. So there's that. We actually haven't had to do that much this year, which is good. It's gotten a lot better. So thank you guys for keeping everything. And new members, we're flighting you the 12-month low of your USGA handicap index or the 12-month low of the tour you came from or whatever data we have. Just understand we're not singling you out by doing it. So many people that are like a 12 think they should start in Division 4. It's not how it works. So just understand we are going to move you back to Division 3, but we're not doing it to just you. We're doing it to everybody. And that is to make sure that our flights are compact and fair for everyone. So that being said, we also have access to the back end of the USGA handicap system. So just put your GIN number in. It makes it easier for everyone. We are going to find it. So there we go. Did I say that right, Fagley? Do you want to add to that?
Dude, that was nailed.
Yeah.
12 month low.
Felix. Chris,
Just make it easy.
This question on there. This is a good one. That's what I was trying to get to in blanks.
Just that's it. So.
Well, I guess Chris isn't going to put the question up. That's okay. I'll put it up.
For the since you don't have Braille on here, I'll read it out loud. Can credit only be applied to a new registration tournament and not applied to one that already has a deposit paid?
Gotcha. So the short answer is it's only for a new registration. And the reason being, when you go put in your credit card in a tournament where there's a deposit balance, the balance transaction from your credit card has already been created in the system. It just hasn't been processed until a later date. So one of the things we would love our system to be able to do, and we're certainly working with our partners to try to enhance that, would be to change this. This is something we would like to change. But as of right now, when you put your credit card in, so say it's Rams Hill and let's just call it $200 and $500, round number, $200 deposit, that $500 balance payment, the transaction's already been created. And so we can't edit it on our end. We just process it on the date we say we're going to process it, and it processes at that point, which is why your credit doesn't automatically apply to that, because the transaction's already been created. So the system thinks that it's essentially paid. We just haven't actually hit your credit card for that amount yet. So the tournament credit applies to a new registration.
Correct.
You can tell Felix is spoiled brat. He's holding off on Ram's Head to register just in case he gets some credit next weekend from Vegas. That's a guy who's won too much on tour.
Oh, come on, man.
There you go. Well, Jesse's got a good question on YouTube. I'm going to let Phil take this one. So have fun. He goes, will APT follow the new dynamic PCC the USGA will be using?
No.
I love it.
So,
well, it's simply I know because our software doesn't handle it. How about that?
Yeah, that's fair. I think we could say this. We are looking, from a handicap committee, without saying, we are looking at some ways to deal with some potential PCC for APT events using our own formula. Basically, just using the idea that there are some courses that are just slump busters for everyone. Like every chapter owner has a course that they're scared of everyone getting promoted after they play there. And so we're looking at some solutions to that. I don't know if we've come up with anything that we can talk about yet, but it's certainly something from your guys' feedback that we're actively talking about, but we've got to make sure we understand how to implement it properly.
Question from Nathan about the 4-ball. Handicaps. I don't know if you want to put that one up, Matt.
Where's it at?
Nathan asked, how will the handicaps work in the 4-ball? Need some dots to beat Tony Wise or extra beers to get him hammered.
That's all you.
Yeah, I know. That's the handicap is 90% individual handicap based on the tees that you're playing and your validated APT index. So Nathan, yeah, you'll get some dots from when you're playing against Tony or again against the field. We have 17 teams in each division right now. So the combined indexes go from, I think, a scratch or maybe even a plus for a couple of teams to, I think it's like 17 point something for the split point for the two divisions. So in order to make it fair for everybody that's playing, we're going to be using 90% handicap. And again, it is a best ball format. We're also doing that for the skins in each division as well, or each grouping. So it'll be net team skins and net team 4-ball. There will be an optional contest for gross 4-ball. So if you and your partner feel like you want to get into a gross 4-ball competition as a side game, then you are more than welcome to do that. We will be offering that at registration. It's totally optional. You don't have to do it. I'm telling my partner that we will not be doing it. Again, we slid into the first group, so no, we're not doing it. Sorry, Freddie, if you're listening tonight, nope, no gross 4-ball.
Come on.
Phil needs his dots.
I need my dots. Yeah.
Scared money's dead money.
And don't worry, I will be verifying that Phil did account for himself correctly.
Hey, I gotta go play Larry. I think I might be playing in Larry's event this weekend. Might try to get another round in.
Right?
It's going to be interesting, to say the least. But I don't even know what to say. Jody, you're up.
Oh, you're talking about the 4-ball. I mean, Jake and the Fat Man still have our trophy, so it's probably sitting over here somewhere.
Man.
Yeah. You got dropped, and he's only got our Division I national champion as a partner this year.
Well, I mean, I can't say this. I blame him. That's fair. I got heavy.
Nice. It happens.
Oh man, gotta love it.
It's because we're doing too much work around here. The handicap just keeps going north.
Well, I see how my brother from another mother just dumped me like that. This is wrong. I didn't even get a phone call or a card to, with a gift card in it to apologize. Nothing.
I think it was in the application, where it says, who your partner is. He just said, I think he just put in there, need a better partner. Not just need a partner. He
That's
just
right.
Need a better partner.
Anybody but that guy.
Oh man,
Y'all are killing me. Well, next week we'll be coming live. Well, Phil and I will be coming live from Vegas.
Are we landed by then?
I believe so, yes.
You may want to double check that there.
Hey, can somebody tell me, is Vegas 1 hour behind or 2 hours behind?
2 for you.
2 for you.
3 for me.
For Central, three for the Phil.
Yep.
3 for the Phil. Yep.
It gets my handy dandy American app here. I'll let
It's
you know.
it's on specific time.
Specific time. Yep.
We land at 3:46 specific, so we'll have an hour and 14 minutes to get the car and the bags.
Not a chance.
You'll be doing it from the
It'll be an
car.
hour 14 minutes just to get the bags.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jody, you available to run this live?
We might be we'll send out maybe a new time. Maybe we'll say it's 7:30.
Live from the deboarding of Southwest Flight 1742. Here's Matt and Phil.
Or live from our partner at Avis or Budget. There we go.
Two
Right.
screaming.
Maybe we'll just do it Friday. I think Friday's a good plan, Phil.
Okay.
We'll do a special live on Friday. We'll have some stuff to do. And for UCN Fredbear, good to see you, buddy.
I'm sorry, wrong
Apparently it's
last
on the
name.
wrong live stream.
Hey man, how's it going?
How's it going?
What's up, dog?
We're gonna start at OnlyFans next week. It's just going to be about golf, though.
Oh.
That's
Oh.
Please tell me that's like University of Central Nebraska or something.
Oh,
Sir, hey, he's still on. What's up?
he's still-
What does UCN stand for?
And please, we have to know what live stream you were actually trying to get onto.
he was looking. He was looking
You
for
have
the
a
Pebble Beach
captive
hole in one.
audience.
He was looking for the Pebble Beach hole in one.
Oh gosh.
Ridiculous, man.
He was looking for the. Oh, he's okay. How are you guys doing? Hey, man, we're great.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're having a
do
good
you
time.
golf? Do you golf? Where do you live? And have you signed up yet? How about that?
Absolutely. Do you want to play competitive golf with some really great people?
And are you into OnlyFans?
So same. There we go.
Same.
We're going.
Yeah.
Everybody watching on Facebook's like, what are they doing? Like, we're just
Yeah.
talking with the guy on YouTube, okay? Leave us alone. So we're having live conversations.
Trump or DeSantis? Tell us. We got to know.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not get into that.
Oh,
No, not into that. He goes, are you
Is that
talking about me?
Joe?
We're trying to talk to you, Mr. Fred Bear. I love it. I don't know what that means.
I'm pretty sure we're the butt of somebody's joke right now, but that's okay. It's fun. I'm used to it. Check out my state rep Twitter page if you want to see that.
Gotcha Club. Cool. So,
All right.
anyways, any last questions? I just want to know my wife is awake because I just got a text. She sent an article. Don't be shocked when Illinois beats #1 Purdue tomorrow. So you heard it from my wife first.
Okay.
Must be true. Final thoughts.
I will be in Orlando. I keep getting a lot of texts asking if I'm going to be in Orlando. I will be there, but not during the week. I won't be able to fly out until Thursday, so I'll probably get in Thursday night.
Cool. Fegley, you have any final thoughts?
Looking forward to the year, man. Looking forward to seeing all you knuckleheads in about 10 days? A week? Hell, it's a week. Gosh, it's a week. Yeah, 8 days.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I do like the one question we just got from the Utah chapter.
Go ahead and put it up there.
Matt, would you like to answer that?
Sure. So notice he doesn't say who is the biggest chapter now because it would be St. Louis. But who was the biggest chapter at the end of the year? I've got to give it to him, and I'm going to brag on him for a minute. It was Utah. Closed the season out with 186 members, which is 12 more than they had in all of 2023. And really, really impressed by the work that Dennis and Alan McGraw are doing. Like, I know I give him a lot of crap, and we had a good meeting today, and I gave him a lot of crap in that meeting. But, Jody, I know we've talked about it. We couldn't be more proud of the effort those guys are putting in. Huge things in Utah. The Red Rock Championship end of March is already sold out at 128 players, which is unreal. They're doing a fantastic job and representing the brand well. And so we're very happy with those boys. So we may take a couple pictures. I know Phil and I are taking them to a steak dinner on Saturday night in Vegas to get the fruit of the spoils of that bet. And but yeah, so super proud of them.
Yeah, Team Utah, you guys can really soak it in on your victory. Just soak it up, guys. You did exactly what we all wanted you to do. You stuck it to the mender.
Hey, I always said I have no problem getting beat, but you're not going to beat me because I didn't do my job. And
Hey, our executive producer saw what I did there. I love it.
I do have one thing, and I'm sure everybody's out there knows. We do have Mr. Knapp that may or may not be out listening, but he's got a kidney stone and COVID. So we
Wow.
wish you get well soon and hope that. I mean, it was yeah. Anyhow,
Is it a kidney? Is it a kidney stone of COVID, or is it a kidney stone with COVID?
It's a kidney stone with COVID. And apparently the kidney stone is not a small one. So he's going to, I believe, have surgery last we heard. So,
Well, if you've ever had one, there's no such thing as a small one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I've never had one. I really heard enough stories that no thanks. So
I've had two. And the first one I had, my secretary in my law office came in and I was laying on the floor with my feet up in my chair because of the pain that I was dealing with at the moment. She's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I don't know, but I'm not good right now, and I need some help."
oh man.
Tony Todd says, "Stick it to the mender." OnlyFans episode 1. That's on Slick Rock channel.
Slick Rock.
I'm having too much fun with this. I should stop.
Oh goodness. Anyways,
all right.
With all that being said,
yep.
I mean, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I just don't know. I'm just not sure about the viability of this business model, Jody.
Look, I'm just saying, APT after dark.
Yeah, we could definitely have some fun. But anyways, until next week, we're saying Friday, special episode on Friday next week. So it'll be Friday probably the next 2 weeks. Let's say that.
That's a good
with
point.
The tournaments. So it's a good point. So we'll get some communication out about that. We do have some exciting things to announce, the Natty rotation, the senior Natty rotation, all the member benefits for 2024, a couple new programs, new presenting sponsor, which I just got their logos. They redid their logos, so they look cool too, which is good. I'm pretty excited about that. And it's going to be a good year. So stay tuned, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Jody. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see you before 3 months.
You can play in any chapter that you want. So you get to meet people from anywhere.